All right, forget all that then. Sounds like my intros are a bit jinky and janky. Okay, that's both of them. I accidentally clicked the button a little bit early on my intro, but the We Are Driven intro was a bit janky. Anyway, welcome to another evening of Ringcaf action. So it's 3 lap races live from Nurburgring Nordshcliefe and Nurburgring Nordshcliefe only. It's in GT3 class cars as well, and only those cars, and we get about 4 races in a night. No points or anything involved in this one, it is just for fun. It's a little bit of a Halloween special tonight, so I think majority of the cars, apart from maybe the new drivers, are appropriately coloured tonight, but we'll get into that in a second. So stickers still available. Hit me up, darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Evening. Oh, I've got the spooky light on. Ooh, spooky red. Because it's Halloween, damn it. Right, let me turn some stuff on. Turn that on. Turn that on. Turn that on. Right, ready to go. Evening, peeps. How are we all doing? Let's crack on with this one then. So, race is about to get underway. No qualifying. It is straight into race 1. It is grid order by these letters you see me scrolling past now. We'll just see who we've got in. Jose Benson, we've got DIA3SP Mart, Potkind Vectra, Roadrunner MTK, Bondo 69, Emmy Marcus, we've got Old Fiction 2, Jesus is in the house, Ace Killer, Your Veta, Singularis, Speedy XXL, DK Anivets, okay, it might just be DK, I Am Speak, Spayak, not sure, and good old Witty in the house. So you can see they're all, majority of them are Halloween orange sort of coloured. Not quite sure what Old Fiction's got on his NSX this week, but we'll have a look. Spooky. Any space? No. No, sorry, Crazy Macroni Racing. If you can find the lobby and hang about in it, people do drop in and out of this one, but it is quite popular. It usually is pretty full most of the evening. But yeah, please, if you can find the lobby, it's up in the top corner. Go check it out. Right, race 1, just round the corner. Come on, let me in. Turn all the nonsense on, and let's crack on with this one then. So, Jose Benson out front. Yes, so well, no, stop it, Sudoku. Not having it. Nearly said it then. Jose is out front for this one then. Oof, held for an awful long time. No false starts by the look of it. Looks dark already. I didn't have a look at weather, so anything could happen. Oh, I'm already looking for the overtake on Jose. So let's have a quick look at these two. Absolutely stomping it away from everybody else. We'll have a quick look at tyres as we flick through the order. Jose out front is on a set of mediums. Mart has chosen a set of mediums as well. Potkind on the hard tyre, so that could be the reason he's caused a little bit of a gap between himself and the 2 drivers in front. Roadrunner. Oh, Roadrunner's on the... Oh! Who's that that's just gone flying off track? Everyone's in a Porsche and everyone's orange, so it's not everyone's in a Porsche, but near as damn it everyone. So I've no idea who that was that went off track. We'll go back and have a quick look. It all went a bit wrong as we went past Potkind because there's drivers all over the place. So he is on the hard tyre. Bondo 69 on the mediums. We've got a medium on for Ace Killer. A little bit of action here. Your Veta just getting his way past Roadrunner. So he's on the medium tyre. Roadrunner, for some reason, is on the inters, unless he knows something we don't. But you can see they're already blowing themselves out. Bottom left corner. There's a lot of red showing on those already. Set of softs as well on for Jesus. They will only last him a lap unless he's very, very careful with them. Mediums on for Old Fiction. Singularis on the inters as well. Is it raining? Am I seeing? I am. Oh, they do know something we don't. That sounds like insider information, that does. Emmy Marcus also on the inters. Inters on for DK. And inters on for Whitty as well. So the drivers on the racing tyres. Oh, was it Ace Killer that got it all? Oh no, it was Mart. He's already out. He's already gone. Oh no, there he is. Oh, he's down in 5th. Yeah, he was in 2nd. It's going to catch him out now as well with this rain coming down on the race tyres, but it is still Joe Benson out front. We'll see. He'll struggle to get this car stopped, struggle to get it turning around corners the more the rain comes down. Yeah, still raining in the car for him. Big gap behind those, 6 seconds. Bondo just making his way past Potkind. Potkind getting it a little bit wrong through there. Those hard tyres catching him out in this wet weather. Your Vader past him then on the tail of Mart, who's already got through as well on those mediums. They're not doing too bad, but your Vader, oh, your Vader on the racing mediums as well. Okay. Battle on between these two then, but your Vader gets that Porsche through. Mart has to drop back into that 5th position. He's now got Popkind right up his rear end as well on those hards. Actually going for a little bit of a move past him there, Popkind. And gets that 5th. Good move from him. Let's see how Jose is getting on. Fine by the looks of it on the mediums. Look, 10 seconds, 11 seconds lead he's got over Bondo. So he seems to be able to find the grip even with a wet track. Oh, that car's in the gravel behind us. Bondo 2nd, Ace Killer in 3rd then, again on that race tyre. What was Bondo on? Mediums as well. Has it stopped raining now? Yes, it has. So maybe it has just rained for that little first sector. And now the race tyres are going to come back into effect. So which drivers got it right? The drivers that stuck on the race tyres or the drivers that put on the inters? Might still be raining on the very far side of the circuit. Just looking all right at the minute. Bondo 3rd then after Ace Killer just getting past him. Mark back into 4th place. Got himself back past Vectra and your Vader. Old Fiction. I wanted to have a look at his livery actually. What's he got on there this week? Oh, it is Halloween themed. I thought it was. Nice. Sitting in 7th at the minute in that NSX. Not looking too bad. Jesus then in the soft tyre in the Porsche. 5 seconds behind Old Fiction in 8th position. Those tyres not looking too great at the moment either. We'll get catch up with the drivers on those inters, which I can imagine aren't in very good condition. Oh, oof, ouch, ouch, oof, ow. There we go. Inters full red on for Roadrunner. Now it's dried out. And a big pile of damage on that Porsche as well. Singularis, full red tyres, as has Whitty. So the call to put the inters on at the start, not the one to make. The rain stopping very early then, and those inters just blowing themselves up before they've even finished one lap here in race 1. Race tyres still looking good though. So Joe Benson onto the Dottinger straight. He's just got to push. He'll be in the pits at the end of this lap. New tyres, full tank of fuel. Ace Killer back into 2nd position. 11.2 seconds behind him. He's got Bondo for company. He's within tow range as well, Bondo. The Porsche is pretty quick. Has he got the legs on the BMW? What's the setup like? Has Ace Killer faffed with his gearbox and fettled with that engine enough to keep the Porsches behind him? Tyres not looking too bad on Bondo's car. He is catching Ace Killer very, very slowly. Not going to be enough though before the corners. There is Joe Spencer just hitting the pits. Oh, he's not hit the pits. He's hit the pit wall. He comes into the pits third after getting it straight. That's going to give him a real kick in the teeth. He's holding the least amount of fuel as well. He's actually run out of fuel as he comes in the pits. Just under quarter of a tank for Bondo. Just under quarter of a tank for Ace Killer as well. So they should get released out the pits earlier than Joe Benson. Mart's also in the pits. Potkind comes in. Jesus comes in. Speedy. Coming in very slow around that last corner. So everybody coming in then. Oh, out of fuel for I Am Speak. Roadrunner. No tyres, but plenty of fuel in that Porsche. Same for Singularis. Not too bad for Whitty. He's got just over a quarter of a tank. Ace Killer back out on track though. He does take that first position, and Bondo also grabs second as well. Joe Benson now gets released from the pits. Just into third place as your Vater also comes through. Full tank, fresh set of tyres on. What did Ace Killer put on? Fresh set of mediums? Yes, he did. So did Bondo. So did Joe Benson. So did your Vater. So are they going to look to do another pit stop at the end of this one? Or will they just try and run the tyres out for 2 more laps? Mart in 5th. Full tank, fresh set of mediums. Old Fiction, same thing. Hards on for Jesus, although he has got a full tank. Potkind, he's gone for the hards as well. Still holding a little bit of damage. Mediums on for Speedy XXL. I Am Speak has got a fresh set of mediums, full tank. Roadrunner, fresh set of hards and a full tank. Singularis just putting on a set of mediums, as is Whitty. They'll be thankful for that. Those Inters can't have been fun to drive for half a lap with no grip at all. Ace Killer then leading this one 2.5 seconds over Bondo. Now, what's the strategy here? Is he going to run the 2 laps? Blowing through that fuel pretty quickly. He's got Bondo not too far behind him as well. The Porsche does seem a little bit better on fuel as well. He's falling behind the Porsche though. Your Vater in 3rd in another Porsche. Has got himself past Joe Benson. The BMW driver trying again. He was leading this race, but crashed in the pits on the pit entrance, which brought him out of the pits in 3rd. Your Vater's managed to get past him, so he's got a bit of work to do to try and get back up front, if it can even be possible. Was he 13 seconds? Yeah, it's possible. Only take a couple of mistakes from those drivers in front. Mark not too far behind those 2 either, just 3 seconds back. Old Fiction 6th, another 3 seconds behind Mart in the NSX. Got Potkind in another Porsche, 17 seconds down. Has had a crash though. Jesus has also had a crash. Another 6.5 seconds behind. Got Speedy XXL for company in the BMW. So a little bit of racing for those to have. Who's that? That is I Am Speak, who's got it wrong. He's binned that Porsche into the wall. Oh. Now he's back on track. Just got to try and stay out of the way of these drivers trying to come through, but Singularis gives him a little nudge around there. I'm not sure if that was intentional. Whitty then rolling in 13th, 47 seconds behind, but he does continue to turn up. Ace Killer out front then, stretching that lead. What's he got? 5.9 seconds. I mean, it's an awful long time in the pits. It's 24, 25 seconds, something like that. Well, depends. He doesn't need as much fuel this lap. He will have to take on board that fuel, but to finish the race, but he'll spend less time in the pits. Is it worth it? Maybe a fresh set of softs, allowing him to drive a bit quicker. If he comes out in third or fourth, he can press those soft tyres at the end in that final stint. Or is he just going to come in for fuel, forget the tyres? Who knows? But he's below half a tank now. He's only 2/3 of the way round this lap. And he's already used a lot of that fuel. Bondo has used even more fuel, down to 1/4 of a tank for Bondo. Your Vater in third, still being harassed by Joe Benson. Medium tyres just letting go a little bit there. Mart's lost a little bit of time. It's allowed Old Fiction to get right on his tail. That's the wrong car. On board with the NSX then of Old Fiction. Just half a second behind Mart. Tyres very similar between the two. All over the back of the BMW. Nowhere to go though through here. Piling that pressure on Mart in front. Cars bottoming out through some of these sections. Again, Mart just making that BMW as wide as it needs to be. Trying to hit the apexes where he can, but making that BMW as wide as it can when Old Fiction's so close to him. Right, let's just flick back to the front. Let's see what Ace Killer's going to do. So he's lost a bit of time. Those tyres are pretty much blown out. He is going to have to come in for fuel anyway, as is Bondo. So it looks like drivers are going to have to stop every lap. Unless they change the settings in race 2. They have been faffing with settings week in, week out, and in between races. So we'll see. Ace Killer then. Through Animal Garden, Anthony's Beach, up towards the pit. Don't crash. That's a little bit of a bump and grind, but gets in cleanly, as does Bondo. Your Vater, he gets in. Old Fiction got himself past Mart then, using that slipstream. He comes in. Oh, Joe Benson. Oh, Joe Benson. He's missed the pit lane. It's not going to let you, Jose. Or is it? No, it's resetting to track. That's his race done and dusted. Because now he's out of fuel and he's got to crawl around for a whole lap with no fuel. I mean, it says he's second position, but he won't be. Look, that's all he can do. That's all he can do. Yeah, you miss the pit entrance and you try and go back to it and it just resets. Oh, okay, so Joe Benson leaves the race then. No point. He knows he's going to finish last. Oh, he's left the room. Not just left the race, he's left the room. So that leaves Ace Killer free by almost 10 seconds from Bondo. So he's gone for that full tank, fresh set of mediums, which seems to be the case. They are blowing through tyres pretty quick, blowing through fuel as well. I didn't have a look at settings before I got into the lobby, so I'm not too sure how crazy they've got it set up. So your Vater in third then. This is final lap for race 1. Martin to fourth, 6.5 back. Old Fiction another 1.2 seconds behind him. I think Mart taking on a little less fuel, which saved him a bit of time in the pit, got him ahead of Old Fiction in the pits. Speedy XXL in 6th. We've got Jesus in 7th. Roadrunner in 8th. Potkind just in the pits at the minute. Just filling up with fuel himself, as is Singularis, as is I Am Speak. And we've got Witty coming up now. Slowing right down, so certainly coming in the pits himself. But it's looking good for Ace Killer. Tyres looking phenomenal. Plenty of fuel on board. So it's just keeping it on the grey stuff without crashing. And he should be able to take race 1 win tonight. But he has got to not crash. Bondo in second. He's got Your Vator for company as well. The 2 Porsches pushed it hard through there, Your Vator. Mark falls a little bit further back. Still got Old Fiction for company. Not quite within attack distance at the moment. A little bit far back. It won't be long. Might have a little go at him on that Dottinger straight again. We'll see. Speedy into 6th. Jesus 7th. Sparks being kicked up. Roadrunner in 8th. Potkind 9th. Singularis 10th. Boys all out of the pits now. I am Speak in 11th. And Witty in 12th. Didn't go for tyres, just topped up with fuel in that pit stop. Might regret that by the end of this lap, we'll see. And Joe Spencer, unfortunately, going a little bit too hot around the last few turns. Sort of spun and crashed. Oh, Ace Killer. We just see Ace Killer nearly lose it there. Yeah, so Joe Spencer spun past the pits. And then when trying to get back into the pits, it just kept resetting him to track. He was out of fuel. His tyres were pretty blown. So he has left the lobby. But it's looking good for Ace Killer. 11 seconds lead now over Bondo. He's still got Your Vator for company. A little bit closer now as well. Mart now also just keeping Old Fiction at bay. That gap staying pretty much the same. I wonder if Mart had his engine turned down a little bit to save a tiny bit of fuel maybe on that previous lap, allowing Old Fiction through. Jesus in 6th then. He gets himself back past Speedy Double XL. Those 2 drivers swapping positions a couple of times. Roadrunner MTK, unfortunately, been in the wall a couple of times. Rolling around in 8th currently. Big gaps either side of him. Same for Singularis. Little races of their own at the minute. Oh, Potkind. Potkind's just been in the wall. I Am Speak comes through. A big pile of front end damage on that car for Potkind. And there is Witty still rolling. Tyres are going to be hurting by the end of this one. Ace Killer then. Stretches that lead up to 12 seconds. Should have plenty of fuel on. He's got to stay off that grass though. That's not the line, Ace Killer. Might be the shortest, not necessarily the safest. Bondo, Your Vator still in touch with each other. That gap has opened up a little bit though for 2nd and 3rd. This one has closed a little bit. Old Fiction's gained a bit of time on Mart here. Put himself in a position to have a go. Tricky part of the course to do it though. Possibly just waiting until that Dottinger straight to unleash the power of that NSX on the BMW. Oh, look at him closing up already. Sticking right with Mart as they come over the hill down towards the mini carousel. Again, closing up on the BMW up towards Swallowtail. Now we hit the Dottinger, and I think the NSX is a mile or 2 an hour faster than the BMW, but we'll have to see. He's got the slipstream as well. Now, if he goes for the move a little bit too early, what we could see is Mart pick up the slipstream. Oh, I don't think it's quick enough. The NSX sitting at 188 miles an hour. The BMW behind, look. He gets himself a 4th position. Mart almost takes himself out as he comes up towards the line, but he takes a 5th. Jesus, oh, a long way down. Big gaps. Look at that behind. Another 15 seconds back to Speedy XL as well. Roadrunner not too far behind him, but in no position to go for an attack on the Dottinger for sure. We'll see though whether Speedy gets the end few corners right. Jesus taking 6 then. Speedy into these last few turns. Just one more to go. Doesn't like the rears up coming out of there. Should hang on to 7th. He does. Roadrunner takes 8th. We wait for Singularis, Potkind, I Am Speak, and Witty to finish this one. We might not see them all. But yeah, having to stop at the end of every lap, that's brutal. I know. Ooh, spooky. Ooh. Yeah. Singularis taking that 9th. I thought I'd change the colour for a bit of, spookiness. Ooh. Potkind then coming home for 10th position. Almost. And we don't get to see any of them. There we go. Getting oofed out. Don't get to cross the line. But there we go. Ace Killer taking race 1 win. There he is in the Warp Systems livery. If you want underfloor heating, see the man, ducoheating.com. It's on the back of his car. There we go, race 1 in the bag. Official results then, not that there's any points or anything involved in it, it is just for fun. So Ace Killer taking the win, Bondo 2nd, Your Beta 3rd, Old Fiction 4th, Mark 5th, Jesus 6th, Speedy 7th, Roadrunner 8th, Singularis 9th, Potkind in 10th, I Am Speak in 11th, Witty 12th, Emmy Marcus DNF'd, Joe Benson DNF'd, and DK Anavets DNF'd as well. Wow. So, Crazy Macroni Racing, the space. That's 13 of 16 in at the moment. If you're still watching, there is space. Any new drivers? No, nobody's hung about. So they do join the lobby. I Am Spake has left the room as well. They do join the lobby, and then I think they see that we're sort of, maybe a lap and a half in, and it's going to be like, it's another 10 minutes. So they sod off and go and do another race instead, rather than just joining the lobby and waiting. Or maybe they join and see that it's, setups and things like that, and then decide against it. I don't know. I don't get a chance to ask them. Ace Killer taking out Emmy Marcus, was it? Culprit. Oh my God, look at the weather. Oh my God, let's have a look at event settings. So rain, a little less rain, some cloud, and then some sun. When that occurs though, obviously it'll be heavy rain at the start, slightly lighter rain, but where that actually comes into existence, I don't know. So it's looking like full set of wets for the start of race 2 at the moment. It's tipping it down. There you go, look at it. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Display all. Yeah, full wets on for Mark just as he gets himself out. They're still not super grippy though, are they? A couple of drivers mopped in for the Inters, but if the track dries out on the opposite end, then possibly, but that's if you make it to the other end. Great big puddles on the circuit. It's going to be ridiculous at the start. You're going to see nothing but spray. I'm not going to be able to tell who's who, what's where. People will be spinning around. I wouldn't be able to tell you. You're just going to be chaos. Just going to be spray and headlights. That's all we're all going to see. That's what I'm going to see. That's what you're going to see. That's what we're all going to see. Starts at 35. Oh, I talk too much. Don't forget to hit that like button, people. What I was holding back, but I think we were on different fuel modes, and I caught his bump up with the softest touch. The softest touch. I've heard about you and your softest touches, Duco. All right. You forget I know you personally as well. We've been karting. I know what your light touches are like, bro. I know. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Tipping it down with rain, getting slightly better as the race goes on. But when do you come in the pits? You know, it's going to be heavy rain, light rain. Where does that change? Does that change before you get to the pits? After you get to the pits? Does the track dry out? You know, if you decide to forget the pits. Oh no, you're probably going to have to come in the pits for fuel. I don't know what the fuel's on. But do you stick with the same tyres and then risk it drying out before the end of lap 2 and burning a set of tyres out? I don't know. That's because it's soft, Dukes. Like that. Times fuel now, so maybe you can say fuel on this one. Well, maybe. Oh, as we just see a silhouette of Old Fiction smashing himself into a wall. Oh. Porsche right behind him, just grabbing a handful of rear end action as well. Whitty left the room. Whitty joined the room. Why did Whitty leave the room and then come back to the room? What have you done, Whitty? You're in the same car. What happened? Went out had a pep talk to himself. Come on, Whitty. Come on, man, you can do it. Come on, finish a race, damn it. Come on, Whitty. Couple of minutes still. I'm gonna have to vape a little bit more and drink a little bit more and think of more waffle. Yeah, it's gonna be disgusting at the start of this one. Wanted to get on board with the driver. Oh, let's have a look at that. The stink spray coming off the back of that thing. Can you imagine when there's sort of 12 other drivers doing that as well? The guys at the back aren't going to be able to see the flipping corners coming up. I mean, Old Fiction's struggling now, and he's got nobody in front of him. Still trying to light the rears up as he gets the power down. Might have grip and aero, but not all at the same time. The winner selects next rain. Who's just put that in the chat? Potkine Vectra. He's lobby host as well. Oh, okay, race 2 just about to get underway. Yeah, winner selects the next rain setup. Oof. Interesting. Okay. We didn't get anyone else join the room, did we? No. So 12 drivers for race 2 in totally inappropriate weather. see how they get on though. So reverse grid for race 2. It'll be a reverse grid of race positions or previous race positions as we go forward. So it will be Witty that leads us out, followed by Potkind, Vectra, Singularis, Roadrunner, Speedy, Jesus, Mart, Old Fiction. Witty, he's just about got the hammer down. He might just be staying out of the way to allow drivers past. I think he is. Oh, Potkind, Vectra's off. Singularis gets through. Roadrunner keeps it on track. Old Fiction. Oh, there's cars all spinning off track all over the place. Who's that? Oh, it's Witty. Again, I think he's just trying to stay out of the way and causing himself more problems. Screw these guys. Witty, race. Okay, so majority of drivers safely through that one. Singularis leads then. Roadrunner in second. Old Fiction third. Potkind in fourth. We've got Martin fifth. Speedy XXL in sixth. Jesus seventh. Ace Killer in eighth. Oh, nearly. Oh, I almost lost it down there. Your Vator's got the inside line coming into this next turn as well, but Ace Killer just gets in front of him before that one. Holds on to that eighth by the skin of his teeth. Your Vator ninth, then Bondo 10th. Emmy Marcus in 11th. False starts will be penalised. We're a little bit past that one on the grid. And Witty getting himself up to speed. Picking up damage though, unfortunately. Emmy still possibly getting a false start penalty here. We'll see. That's never happened before in my life, seeing that up on screen. Through the hairpin, then down through foxholes. Singularis still leads. Still absolutely teaming it with rain as well. Look at the spray. Singularis, Roadrunner, Potkind, Vectra. Oh, Mark closing up on all three of them. Almost gets a wing around the outside of Potkind, Vectra. Then who's that Old Fiction in the background? Spun that NSX off track. Just gets himself back up to speed, but drops a couple of positions. So Mart not able to get his way past Roadrunner. Did look to get a wing up the inside. Oh, sorry, it was Potkind Vectra. Oh, but Potkind Vectra did manage to get his way past Roadrunner. And there is Roadrunner just getting it wrong on that turn as well, losing a couple more positions. Mart getting past. Oh, Potkind's got it wrong as well here. The rain catching a few drivers out. Look at this. There's drivers crashing all over the place. So, new order. Oh, Singularis risking it for a biscuit. Leading the way at the minute, but he's got DIA 3SP Mark crawling all over his back end. He's got TOR Ace Killer right next to him, looking for a way past. Side by side into these next couple of turns. Oof, Ace Killer just puts that car in the right position. And is able to get past Mart into that second position, but they're stuck now behind Singularis. Let's get ourselves on with a Mart. Oh, he's just got himself around the outside of Ace Killer, trying to get the inside into this next turn. Didn't quite work out. Everybody's struggling. Oh, Old Fiction just saw the headlights peeling off in the in the rear view mirror. There he goes. Ace Killer then going for the race lead. Into first he goes, past Singularis. Mart finding the gap as well, straight past Singularis. Into second he goes. Now, what can Singularis do? Can he hold on to them? They're starting to pull a little bit of a gap from the Porsches behind the two BMWs. Almost side by side again here. Mart now going for the slipstream overtake on Ace Killer there. Quite early in that little section of track as well. Up towards this right-hander then. And up towards the carousel. And they are still opening that gap up to the Porsches behind. Mart leading. Ace Killer second. Singularis in third. Jesus in fourth. Your Vator fifth. Roadrunner in sixth. Emmy Marcus seventh. Got Bondo in eighth. Potkind 9th, Speedy Double XL. Oh, he's crashed in the wall in the BMW in 10th. Witty going for an overtake. He's into 10th then. Speedy XL in 11th. Oof. We've lost another driver from this one. Not sure who. Mark then leads. Oh, Ace Killer has a bit of a moment there. But the two BMW drivers not doing bad on fuel at all. Tyres looking perfect still, really. The wets. Rain does look like it's lightened up a little bit, but whether it dries off enough to do any damage to these tyres before the end of lap 1, we'll see. It is going to get slightly lighter according to the weather radar. Oh, Mark has a bit of a moment there. Ace Killer thinks about having a go at him, but he's not got the line into the next couple of corners. He has now, though. Goes for the run on Mark, the two teammates. Battling each other almost, but they've got to be careful. They are allowing the rest of these drivers to slowly catch up. Just look in the background. There is Jesus, your Veta Roadrunner. I did have a 1.7 seconds lead, Ace Killer and Mart, but that's certainly diminished. It's down to 0.8 of a second. They've got to try and push again then. Jesus through to 3rd, your Veta 4th. Roadrunner 5th, Emmy in 6th. Got Bondo 7th, Potkind in 8th, Singularis in 9th. Witty still holding that 10th position. Speedy Double XL trying to get back past him. You can just start to see a bit of a dry line start to appear. Looks like the rain has almost stopped. Oh, Witty nowhere for Speedy Double XL to go, unfortunately. Oh, what a shame. Just trying to run around the outside of Witty. Drove onto the grass, but he's passed now. He can pile the pressure back on, trying to close those gaps. But he's a long way down, unfortunately, now, Speedy. Bit of work for him to do. Okay, so on screen, no rain for race leader. Still a little bit of wet on the circuit. Mark using the slipstream to close back up on Ace Killer here. But they are still being hounded by that Porsche of Jesus in the background. Now, what are they going to do tyre-wise? That's the question. Are they coming in the pits? Not for Ace Killer, not for Mart either. Jesus stays out. We have got your Veta who comes in. There's still plenty of moisture on the circuit to keep these wet tyres cool for the time being. But that you will start to see a dry line appear on this circuit. And that's when you'll start to see these wets properly wearing out. Still not quite dry line at the moment. No rain though. So Ace Killer pulls a bit of a lead. Oof. Pulls 1.4 seconds over Mart. Mart's still in that second, but he's now got Jesus right on his tail in that Porsche. Kind of a little way down now. Wet tyres. Oh, almost half worn on his Porsche. I don't know what you can see that dry line there. Look, he's got to do a full lap on those half worn wets, and there is a lot less moisture on the circuit for him to play with. You look at the drivers up front, the top 3, their wets looking phenomenal still. Still no dry line for these guys though, so tyres still being kept cool, doing their job they're supposed to be doing. But again, it will dry out, so you will see these tyres start to heat up when it does. A few drivers who came in, your Veta. So he's gone for a set of racing mediums. You can just see, look, now these drivers in front, we've had 4 drivers go through, pushed a bit of rain off the circuit. You can see that darker patch in the middle, which does give them a little bit of extra grip, but You step outside of that line with race tyres on, it can spell disaster. Who said that? Sorry, your Vater. As he steps out of the nice dry line and bins it. Oh, there's Potkind Vectra, who's just done the same thing as well, I think. Oh no, he's still on the wets, but he's on those blown out wets, isn't he? So yeah, the race tyres working. Oh look, again, it's all going wrong for these drivers who've swapped to the race tyres. And these guys still got plenty of moisture on the track. Mart has closed that gap back up with Ace Killer, pulled a little bit more time over Jesus as well, so not quite within attack range for that Porsche. Yeah, there is a dry line just starting to appear. You can see it. Still a bit of spray being kicked up from the drivers in front, but it is definitely getting drier. The wet tyres starting to heat up now. Oh. And struggle to go around corners by the looks of Jesus's attempt at that one. He loses a bit more time to the two BMWs in front. They are back to neck and neck, these two. Again, wet's looking good on both of these. Oh, Ace Killer pushes it a little bit deep through there. Gets himself back on circuit, though. Yeah, the wet tyres not looking too bad at all on these two BMWs. A little bit more wear on Jesus's set. He's having to look for those wet sections. Road Runner on a set of hard tyres now. Again, just got to make sure you stick to that grey stuff and not the wet bits, otherwise it's a disaster. We've seen your Vater. Spun it around, picked up a big chunk of damage. Oh, I was going to say, we've seen Potkind Vectra do a bit of that as well, and there we go. Just gives us a little demonstration of his crashing prowess. Bondo in 7th, still on a set of racing mediums. Will you sit in the right place and stop twizzling around, you bloody thing? There we go. Is that somebody crashing? It is. Who's that? Who's that? It's Potkind. Tyres, his wet tyres are absolutely dead now, look. Even on the straight bits, it's not liking them. Singularis on the racing mediums as well. Emmy Marcus on the racing mediums. Speedy Double XL. Oh, he's gone for the inters, and they're pretty much dead as well now. Whitty has opted for the mediums. So the two BMWs. Now their tyres starting to hurt. Proper dry line now. Look, you can physically see the track has dried out. Their wet tyres very hot now. Glowing red. I'll be desperate to get to the pits. Mart sticking there right with him. Let's just have a flick with Mart's tyres. Yeah, looking very similar. Maybe a little bit more wear on the fronts. Just trying to pick up those little tiny bits of moisture. Won't need them for long though. We've got the big Dottinger straight coming up. I just have to hammer it all the way up there. Make sure they brake early enough not to crash into the walls and the stuff at the end. But we'll see what happens. They will both have to come in the pits for a set of tyres. Looks like everybody's going to be all right for fuel. Ace Killer off track. It's going to cause him to run a little bit slow coming through here. But has it give Martin any kind of advantage to go for the move? He's sticking to the dry parts of the circuit. I'm not sure if that's going to help or hinder. Front tyres absolutely dead on Mart's car now then. He has just got these last couple of corners to go before he hits the pits. I'm sure Ace Killer's tyres are in exactly the same position. We'll stick with these two though. No Porsches in sight now. 9.5 seconds back. Jesus has got to come in the pits as well. Mark braking very early, making sure he gets that thing under control. Doesn't want to do what Ace Killer's doing here and crashing it into the wall. Great bit of strategy there by Mark. He knew his tyres weren't going to stop him coming around those corners. Threw himself on the brakes early as possible coming up that straight, and it's worked out for him. In the pits before Ace Killer. Does it let him out before Ace Killer? Jesus in the pits now. Your Vader. He won't have to stop. Plenty of fuel on. Tyres not looking too bad either. So he will gain an advantage over those drivers in the pits for the first few seconds at least until they get released. There they go. Mark just pulling out the pits on a set of racing mediums. Gets himself straight on that dry line before he attempts to put the throttle down. Now he can go and chase Your Vader up front. So Your Vader on a worn set of mediums versus Mart on a fresh set of mediums. Should see that gap come down pretty quickly. Ace Killer as well, fresh set of mediums on board. Maybe taking on a little bit too much fuel there, Ace Killer. I'm not even sure you needed to. Jesus back out the pits as well in fourth, 3.9 seconds behind Ace Killer. Roadrunner in fifth, still on those hards from the previous lap. Bondo on a set of mediums as well. He's kept those on from the previous lap. Singularis has kept the mediums on. Emmy Marcus comes out with his same set of mediums on. Pushes it a little bit too hard out the pits though. Speedy in the pits, getting rid of those inters. Hotkind Vectra might not even make it in the pits. All four tyres, then yeah, dead. He does just get in, and then Whitty. So he's got plenty of fuel and plenty of tyres. He might just continue on round. Whether he gets past Potkind, I doubt it, but we'll see. So there's Your Vader then, still on a worn set of tyres, but holding his own over Mart at the minute, just 3.5 seconds behind him. He's got a bit of a push on his hand to try and bring that time down. Your Vader actually opening that gap up a little bit. Ace Killer has had a little bit of an incident. He picks himself at 1.5 seconds penalty and a little bit of damage. So he's found his way off that light grey section into the shiny dark grey section, and it's caused him to spin off track. Looks like it's thought he's had a shortcut as well by the looks of that penalty, because there's nobody else around. So Jesus far enough back that he shouldn't affect Ace Killer on that penalty when he has that on that dotting a straight. Bondo, on the other hand, is right behind Jesus. So there could be a bit of a battle on here between these two. Just half a second between these two as well. Again, difficult to overtake without hitting that wet line, and you've got to know exactly what you're doing. Looking to try and get a wing up the inside there somewhere, Bondo. Oh, he's had to back off the throttle on the exit of that turn. That just allows Jesus to open that gap up enough to keep him out of attack range into the next couple of corners at least. Gets a good run on him out of this one though. 0.3 of a second. Won't be able to go for the overtake just yet. Possibly. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Jesus just going offline to try and go slightly bit defensive. He's hit that wet patch and it just spun him across the track. Opened the door wide as anything for Bondo. And through he goes. What a shame for Jesus though. Back on track, but he's picked up a bit of damage for that one. No threat from behind. 20 seconds back to Singularis. Bit longer now. A little bit longer now to Roadrunner. A little bit. Emmy Marcus still could be penalised for a false start. Look, you've upset one of the race stewards for sure. Speedy Double XL in 9th, then Potkind in 10th, Whitty in 11th. Not as far back as usual in this one, just 40 seconds behind Potkind. He's usually a minute plus behind everybody else. All right, so back to the front. Your Vater, his tyres half worn now, and now he's got the added pressure of a BMW with a fresh set of mediums. Well, there's still a fair amount of wear on those. Mark's pushed them pretty hard, but he is filling the mirror of Your Vater then in the later stages of this final lap. He's got himself in a good position to go for a slipstream overtake. Again, depending on car setup and gearbox setup, Your Vater's Porsche might be able to pick up a faster top speed. But look at this, Mark almost pushing Your Vater around the circuit at the minute. Again, got to pick your moments. Don't want to hit those wet patches and go spinning off the track. We've seen that once or twice already in this race. Again, nowhere for Mark to go. Just needs to hang with Your Vater around these next few turns. My heart went. He hit the wet. It went sideways. He's a little bit too far back, is he? Just about picks up a slipstream. He is just in slipstream range now. He's starting to close up on that Porsche. Is it going to be enough all the way down this Dottinger straight for Mark to get the move on him? He's got it absolutely wide open now. 6th gear, 176 miles an hour. Tip to 177, 178 over the brow of the hill and down. Oh, Your Vater's out of fuel. Your Vater's out of fuel. Mark goes storming past him with a quarter of a tank. He was closing up. I didn't think it was going to be on there, but the fuel comes into play. I thought Mark had binned it on the corner just previous to that. Coming out of the mini carousel, but it is Mark that's going to take race 2 win tonight. Your Vater crawling up towards the line. But he's jigging around in there. Come on, get across the line, damn it. And he does take second. Ace Killer. Loads of fuel on board by the time he crosses the line. I thought he'd taken on far too much. Unfortunately, not able to close that gap up enough, and he has to settle for 3rd position. Jesus. Coming home in 4th position, just coasting up towards the line. No threat from behind. Big gaps in this one, as to be expected in the rain. Even the super mega wet tyres not really gripping as much as the drivers had wanted. So Jesus takes 4th then. Roadrunner not too far behind him. I say that he's 15 seconds, but will come home and take 5th position. Singularis, quarter of a tank of fuel left. Tyre's not looking bad either. He will take 6th. Stop crashing into the wall, Singularis. Emmy Marcus. So it was only Your Vater, by the looks of it so far. It only seems to be Your Vater that ran out of fuel. Now, will Emmy Marcus pick up a penalty? He's crossed the line and he still could be done for a false start. Bondo doesn't care anymore. Bondo hates that Porsche. Tried to crash it into everything. But he does take 8th. Potkind. Oh, Potkind's just got it backwards. Oh no, he's gone for another set of inters. Oh no, Potkind. That didn't work. And there we go. We don't see Speedy. We don't see Potkind. We don't see Witty. There it is. Mart taking the top spot. So 1 for Ace Killer and 1 for Mart. 2 more races lined up for you lot tonight. See, Kaylee Racing joined the room. Kaylee Racing left the room. Oh, was it Old Fiction that dropped out of that last one? Was it? Did we get done off for that one? We did. It was Old Fiction. Yeah, so there's no points in this. It is just for fun. Again, it's all Halloween themed, hence the spooky light. I think other drivers might disagree with that one, Ace Killer. I think. Old Fiction for sure. Barriers, no, they're not fun. Nobody likes barriers. So still room in this one, people. 12 drivers still, so a couple more spaces left. Obviously there's only 15 spots because I'm taking up one of them. So another reverse grid for this one, and I can imagine it's going to be about 5 past when it kicks off. I'm not in charge. It's not my lobby. So, Mart gets to pick the weather. What do we think? What do we think he's going to do? Ooh! See that in the lobby chat? S5, which is, you know, dry track. R6, R8, R8. So that's rain 8 or rain 6, rain 8, rain 8. Rain 8 is the stronger weather, I think. So you'll see event settings will be changed in a second. The lobby will kind of semi-reset. Ooh, spicy. Flipping it, this will be foul, Duco. That's what this will be. Foul. I'm quite surprised picking settings like that. You know those silly shows where you get like a bloke come on and say, yeah, I'm 29, I'm an entrepreneur, and I do this and I do that, and all them women pop them balloons. I'm surprised we haven't just seen that. Just drivers just go nope, 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 and drop out of this lobby. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen the second you put it on some kind of brutal weather or brutal setup. People just go, nope, don't like that. It's too much. It's too hard. Don't like it. Going home. Let's have a look then. Oof, there it is. Look at that. Sun's out. Sun's out, guns out for the start of the race. And then the weather will just start to kick in at the end of lap 1. As your tyres are in absolute agony. Well, they got the tyre wear times 9, fuel consumption at times 5, so tyres are still going to get blown out. So you've got to risk a set of race tyres for the first lap. I would have thought only the hardcore Sudoku, only the hardcore. Yeah, so I would have thought you're going to have to risk a set of race tyres at the start and then do a little bit of jiggery pokery in the rain for the end of that lap before you can come in the pits and stick on probably a set of full wets, fill up with fuel and hope you can get to the end of the race on that. But it is going to be absolutely lashing it down by the time the race finishes. So we could see some spinorama action. But look, as you can see, bright blue sky, gorgeous on track. Not for long, not for long. Has he kept the times? Tyre wear rate times 10 and fuel consumption times 7. Fatality. That's what that is. Start 09. Flipping heck. Flipping heck, pot kind. Just to let you know, this is my second one tonight. So by the end of this one, I'm going to be warm by the end of this stream, I'm sure. It's going down well, I'll tell you. Honey whiskey and coke. Oh, I'm telling you, you cannot taste the whiskey. It's just like honey Coca-Cola with a slight hint of something else in the background. It's lovely. It's pretty dangerous, really, because it goes down so well. Look at that lovely dry track, look. Drivers will be loving it right now. Oh, bit of practice on that nice dry circuit. And yeah, if you didn't get me a message, Ace Killer, I forgot to ring you earlier, obviously, and then when you rang, my battery died as you were ringing. Literally, as I picked it up, it just went, and that's when I came upstairs to do my stream and plugged it in. So yeah, next race winner, is that going to be the same? Is Pockheim going to let next race winner pick the weather again? Oh, okay. Stanley Eck 1211 has joined the lobby. Let's hope. Let's hope he sees the details. Otherwise, it's going to be a. Oh, there you go. There you go. You see, he's done exactly that. He's joined. He's gone. Well, okay, yeah. Maybe he's seen the strength of the drivers and left. I don't know. He might have checked the details and seen the weather and gone. Forget that. Forget that. These boys aren't playing with weather. In fact. Okay, I don't get to have a look, do I? Quickly? Can I quickly? Quick. Traction control prohibited. Good. No traction control. Pro drivers only. So another reverse grid then, hopefully. Whitty just puts his foot down this time. Gets on with it. Don't worry about these drivers. You're up front. It's for them to get around you safely, bro. Right, here we go then. Red lights go on for race 3. We do get away. Decent start by everyone. Oh, Potkind slow off the mark. Gets overtaken by Singularis. Roadrunner having a go at him as well. Again, drivers could have opted for the inters, maybe. We'll see as we go through though. But it's beaming blue sky at the minute, but it could be raining by the end of this lap. Whitty leads then on a set of mediums. Singularis second, mediums as well. Hard tyres on for Potkind. That could have been down to his poor start. Roadrunner on a set of mediums. Mediums on for Speedy. Mart on a set of mediums. Gets himself past Speedy. It's gone from the back of the grid to 5th already, Mart. He is absolutely... Oh my God, there's a car spinning around. It's a Witty. It's a Witty. So Mart gets himself up to 4th then. Apologies, not 5th. Speedy Double XL then in 5th now. Jesus 6th. Old Fiction 7th. Bondo in 8th. Your Vater 9th. Emmy Marcus in 10th. All piling down towards... Oh, Emmy Marcus just getting his way round. Ace Killer, was he? You know, having a look at Ace Killer, but not quite able to do it. Witty back on track, but already damaged, unfortunately. It's kicking off for 3rd and 4th here. Potkind Vectra and Mart side by side coming down the hill. Oh my God, there's a Porsche spinning around like an absolute maniac. Who is it? Who is it? It's Potkind Vectra. It's that hard tyre. It's caught him out. He's trying to keep up with the pace of the drivers on that medium tyre. Unfortunately, it's caught him out. Singularis has been tangled up as well. He's gone round from the lead down to 11th. So it is Roadrunner that leads us round now then. 1.6 seconds. So Mart had just got himself into 3rd position. Singularis spins himself out. That promotes Mart and Roadrunner to 1st and 2nd. So we are going to start to see the weather change, I think. As we get a little further around this lap, you might just start to see the grey clouds come in. Still looking pretty nice on circuit at the moment, though. The chase is on here, though, for the lead. Mart 1.7 seconds behind him. Again, Mart started from the back and he won the last race. So that's reverse grid action. Puts him at the back and he's managed to squeeze his way through to 2nd already. Well, I think it was reverse grid. I don't see why it wouldn't have been. So Mart still, you can just see the clouds coming in now, look, starting to block off that blue sky a little bit. A little bit of mist and fog. Not raining yet though. Chase still on here though. Oh, Roadrunner carries far too much speed around that turn. Sticks himself on the grass. That allows Mart right up his rear end as we hit the right, running up towards the hill. He's gone deep through there as well. Mart has a little bit of a wobble, but he squeezes his way through to 1st. No contact between the two drivers. Through the carousel they go then. Getting the hammer down on the way out. So Mart now leads then. Roadrunner 2nd. Jesus in 3rd. Ace Killer through to 4th. Old Fiction 5th. Your Vater in 6th. We've got Emmy Marcus 7th. Bondo in 8th. Singularis in 10th. Speedy Double XL in... Singularis 9th. Why did I miss 9th out? Singularis in 9th. Speedy Double XL in 10th. And on the grass. Witty into 11th. Potkind on those mediums. They've caught him out again. He's ended up spinning round off track. He's sitting at the back of the pack at the moment. So a lot grimmer now, you can see. Very, very dark. That mist looking a little bit thicker. Slight bit of moisture on the circuit. Medium still should have plenty of grip at the moment, but I think we are going to start to see it just start to rain in the next few corners. And look at this, Roadrunner MTK right behind Mart at the minute. There's Jesus not too far in the background. Roadrunner sticking with the BMW at the minute in the Porsche, catching up with him actually. Using a little bit of that slipstream. Over this hill then, down towards the mini carousel. And still not raining. Mark gets a good corner through there, but not enough to break the toe of the Porsches behind. So Roadrunner MTK, let's just jump on board with Jesus. So he's just within slipstream range, but losing it as Roadrunner closes up with Mart. Going to be able to go for the overtake here. Gets that done cleanly. The Porsche got plenty of speed over the BMW. It's about 10 miles an hour. Well, the NSX was about 10 miles an hour. This is about 7 miles an hour quicker. BMW looking a little bit better in a straight line, though. Sorry, through the corners. Apologies. Okay, into the pits. Mark comes in. Jesus comes in. Old Fiction also comes in. Your Veta stays out on a set of hard tyres. That could be either very brave or very silly. We'll see. Not seeing rain, but it's definitely moist out there. Those hards won't have the best of grip. So still no rain at the minute, but he's got to get round a full lap with a set of half-worn mediums. Half-worn hard tyres. Mart out the pits on a full set of wets, expecting that rain to come then. Roadrunner has gone for full wets. Jesus, full wets. Old Fiction out on the full wets. Full wets for Emmy, full wets for Ace Killer. Speedy's gone for the Inters. Bondo has gone full wets. Singularis in the pits, getting that damage repaired. Fuel in. He's gone intermediates as well. Potkind comes out right behind him. The weather here now. He's gone for full wets. Whitty just in the pits. Let's see what he comes out with. So the rain comes down now. What will happen to your Veta on the hards? Again, braking very early, just backing off the throttle. He's got a 27.5 second lead at the moment. That's just due to the fact he did not stop. He's keeping that time. Currently, there's still not wet on the circuit. A little bit of rain. We know it's going to come down a little bit harder later on. He's still pulling time over Mart. Oh, look at this, Mart. The wet tyres. Wet weather not coming in as early as a lot of these drivers expected, and the wet tyres already hurting. They've only done about a third of a lap. They're having to coast around some of these corners to not blow these tyres out. Oh, Fiction's having none of it. Full power, he says. Take advantage while I can. The weather starting to come down now then, so no more dry circuit here. Same for Mart. So now we should start seeing that gap come down between the drivers who are on that wet tyre, regardless of how worn they are, versus your Veta. Look how early he's having to brake. Well, there it goes. There it goes. As simple as that. Light press on the throttle was enough to have this Porsche around. He can't even get it going. Look, they had to start it in second gear to stop the tyres from lighting up. There is a Mart then. Let's see. So there is 38 seconds gap still between them. Mart's wet tyres pretty worn out. Maybe not gripping as much as he'd hoped. Ah, no, exactly the same corner. And he lights them up just like your Veta. Oh, and again he's gone round. Old Fiction through then. Jesus goes through. Roadrunner. Emmy Marcus, Speedy. What's happened to Mark? He's ditched it. Your Vater can't even get this thing going. It's all gone wrong for these drivers then. Old Fiction are still keeping it fully pinned in that NSX. He is dragging that time down between himself and Your Vater in front. That gap down to 12.1 seconds, falling even quicker. Oh, again, the wets. The rain not coming down as early as these drivers thought. I was expecting it to be raining, properly raining, maybe not this hard, but properly raining by the end of lap 1, and it wasn't. It didn't start raining until about a third of the way through lap 2, by which time the drivers that have opted for that wet tyre had already set them on fire pretty much. You can see all of these drivers on the wet tyres. They've got absolutely nothing left on them. Look at the gaggle of cars here. Look, drivers going all over the place. Ace Killer finds himself with a 2-second penalty. Singularis gets his way past. The Inters even are already blown out. Jesus has spun round. Potkine's Vectras. Front tyres are completely gone. Whitty's racing mediums are not going to do him any favours in this weather. So Your Vater continues to lead on a set of hard tyres in the rain as Old Fiction comes storming up behind him in the NSX in a very worn set of wets. That makes the pass actually look reasonably easy. Still having to take his time though. Your Vater just feathering this Porsche around the circuit. He'll have to stick a second set of tyres on at the end of this lap. He'll have to come in for fuel anyway, so he may as well put tyres on. But can anyone else catch him up in the meantime? The wet tyres are dead already due to the rain not coming as early as drivers expected. Emmy Marcus in 4th, then Singularis 5th. Speedy in 6th, Bondo 7th. Ace Killer in 8th with that 2-second penalty still. Front wets absolutely dead. Jesus got the smallest of bit of life left in his. Potkines are dead. And again, Whitty on a set of racing mediums in this downpour. Old Fiction happily stomping this NSX. He turns his lights off going down there. Stomping this NSX around in the wet. Just, it seems unfazed. Worn out set of wets or not. Just, yeah, I'll keep the hammer down. Thank you very much. So he might come in for a fresh set of wet tyres here. He's got plenty of fuel left on board to complete this one. But the wets are hurting, although they shouldn't wear out any more. So he might continue on. No, he comes in the pits. Let's see what everybody else does. Your Vater holding on to second, but only just got MTK, Roadrunner MTK and Singularis right behind him. Again, he's on that hard tyre, which won't be going around these corners very well. He'll be looking to get himself in the pits ASAP. And does so, followed by Roadrunner, followed by Singularis. Emmy Marcus in. Speedy XXL in. Jesus is in. Bondo in. Ace Killer in. Potkind just hitting the Dottinger straight now. And Whitty still a long way behind him. Old Fiction then back out, plenty of fuel, just takes on board those fresh wet tyres and can stamp the throttle down on that NSX for this final lap. Well, as long as he doesn't put it in the wall. Emmy Marcus comes out of the pits then, fresh set of wets on. Singularis, fresh set of wets. Same for Roadrunner. Your Vater, he's gone for Inters. They might not quite be grippy enough. The weather's not going to get any better. So they might not be as grippy as he hopes. We'll see though. Bondo out. He's got a fresh set of wets on. Fresh set of wets on for Ace Killer. Fresh set of wets on for Jesus. Fresh set of wets on for Speedy. Popkind just entering the pits now. I'm sure he'll stick a set of wets on. And we'll have to wait and see what Witty does. Old Fiction then comfortably leading this one. 22.5 seconds. Fresh set of tyres. All the fuel in the world to play with. Emmy Marcus is his closest rival and actually losing time to race leader. Gap stretching to 24 seconds now then. Yeah, everybody's just taking the time at the minute. Nobody wants to give up a position due to a silly mistake. Again, your Vater on that intermediate tyre. What is he? 2.2 seconds behind Roadrunner on the full wets. Let's see if he can close that gap back down. Ace Killer through to 5th then. Singularis 6th. Jesus 7th. Bondo. Oh, Bondo just crashed. He's getting himself back on track. Speedy gets through. Bondo gets himself back up to speed, but loses a couple of positions down to 9th. Potkind Vectra then out on a fresh set of wets, and Witty still a long way from the pits. Yeah, the NSX just hooking up around at Nordschleife in the wet. That's exactly what he wanted. Emmy, your Vater, Roadrunner. So your Vater getting his way past Roadrunner then on those full set of wets. Whereas your Vater's on the Inters. Yeah, the full set of wets are still allowing these cars to drift around the circuit. Emmy Marcus nearly losing it around there. Your Vater closing up on him. So great corner through there. Gets the power down early. Is able to just pass Emmy Marcus. As easy as that. Fast part of the circuit as well. Gets to open that gap up a little bit between himself. Oh no, sorry, that's the next corner around here. I've seen a few drivers put it in the wall around that one. Your Vater having a little scare, but okay. Starts to pull away from Emmy Marcus now then. 23, still pretty much 24 seconds behind Old Fiction. And this is final lap, so unless Old Fiction starts throwing it into the walls, it should be his for the taking. Through the right-hander then, up towards the carousel. Losing a little bit of time to your Vater, but he has got time to play with Old Fiction. I think he's just made... Oh, your Vater, the Inter's maybe catching him out a little bit. He's been backwards. He's falling down the order. So from second and chasing down first, he's now 5th. Yeah, the Inter's not quite as grippy as the wets in these conditions. Jesus in 6th, Roadrunner 7th now. Speedy in 8th, Bondo 9th. Potkind almost crashing there in 10th. Witty just hitting the pits now. Whether he even bothers to complete a next lap, I don't know. He might just sit in the pits and wait. Old Fiction still pulling time over second place. Ace Killer actually finding his way. Little mistake then by Emmy. Opens that gap up to race lead and obviously leaves the door wide open for Ace Killer to come through and take that position off him. Still 27, nearly 28 seconds behind Old Fiction. Don't think anybody's catching him, even with crashes now. He would probably be able to get that thing pointing in the right direction and back up to speed before he even saw a hint of the other drivers behind him. Still absolutely tipping it down. It will be all the way till the line as well. Ace Killer then through to that second position, pulls a big chunk of time over Emmy Marcus as well. That gap stretched to 2.5 seconds. Has Emmy got damage? No. Oh, has he got damage? No, he's not got damage. No, he's not got damage. But he has got Singularis and Your Vator not too far behind him. There's Jesus still in the frame as well. That's what he's got to look at. A big pile of rain and some brake lights. Everybody tiptoeing around these corners in this weather. Oof, that's as easy as that, look. You could hear he wasn't even putting his throttle down and tried to take him out of the race. Oh, gone too far. So Old Fiction onto the Dottinger straight then. 28-second lead over Ace Killer. He's just got to keep it right around these next couple of turns and he's good to go. It's this last one that catches a lot of drivers out. Through there cleanly though for Old Fiction. He will take race 3 win. Pulls a little bit more time over Ace Killer by the time he actually gets to the line as well, another half a second. Ace Killer though comfortable in that second position again, as long as he doesn't stick it in the wall. Almost out of fuel though. Should just have enough to cross the line. There he goes. He does take second then. Emmy Marcus holds on to that third place, even with that big pile of drivers behind him. Singularis takes fourth. Your Vator fifth. Jesus coming home in sixth. Roadrunner MTK taking seventh. Speedy and Bondo bumper to bumper coming up here. Has Bondo got the speed to get past? Oh my God, he goes full off-road. Side by side with the BMW coming up here. And gets past. Can he brake without sticking it in the wall, Bondo? Yes, he can. Just sneaks and takes that eighth position off of Speedy right at the end of the race. Speedy coming home in ninth. Potkind Vectra will take 10th. And oh no, Whitty. Whitty's left the race. That's not like Whitty. We're not going to see Potkind finish the race. He's not even at the mini carousel yet. But it is Old Fiction that takes race 3 win. Ah, Whitty's back. He left the room and then came back. So we've got 1 on the cards for Mart, 1 on the cards for Ace Killer, and 1 on the cards for Old Fiction so far. Now, does Old Fiction get to choose the weather for the next race? I've so got to get myself a new chair. This thing's ridiculous. He was stomping it around there, Dukes. He was making the overtakes look easy, I'll tell you. That's enough for you though, Dirk. So one more race to go. Oh, we have a new driver. Flexible 3. We'll see how flexible you are when Old Fiction chooses the weather. Goes full wet throughout the night. Maybe. He might. He probably won't. Space available, people, if you're waiting to get in. If you're listening to the stream, watching the stream, want to get it in. There is only 12 drivers out of 15 so far, so a couple of spots left. Last race start, 42, jeepers. It's a long time. So, does Old Fiction get to choose the weather? Yeah, Old Fiction stomping it around that one. Can he do it again? So we've lost a mark from that one, so he's out. So there are 3 spots available if you're looking to race. Difficult lobbies though. What have you changed it to now? Just the reverse grid so far, is it? Let's have a look. Oh, there's the weather, look. Sunny, 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 sunny. So full tilt, full blast final race. Let's have a look. What have we got on here? Oh, I missed that bit. Oh my days. Tyre wear times 14. And fuel consumption time. Are they gonna finish lap? Oh my god. And we've still got traction control prohibited. Good. Pro drivers only. Times 14 tyre wear. I don't know what that equates to, but it sounds pretty damn high. Looking at what we've had previously tonight. Still fireworks going off. Right, what's he changed now? Weather's still the same, still times 14, still times 10. Don't know what he's changed. So, final race of the Halloween evening number 2. Had a little one last week. Times 14 equals 3 corners. Well, there you go. Don't use the tyres in them first 3 corners then, and then you'll have 6 corners worth of grip. Flexible 3 dropped himself in a Ferrari, has he? Okay. Frontsau's joined the lobby, so we saw him. Were you in last week, Frontsau? I think you were. Unfortunately, we're only going to see you for 1 race, mate. Same for you, Flexible, because it's 4 a night. 2 hours of Nordschleife is plenty enough. Now, Frontsau and Flexible might see that times 14 and times 10 and go, jeepers creepers, and then decide against it. Yeah, still just the 2 new drivers then, but all the regulars. Just wait for race 4 to get underway then. God damn, that's so good. So good. Yeah, if you do drink whiskey, you sort of know that sort of that feeling you get when you neck it. You don't get this. You don't get it with this. Honey whiskey. It's the way forward. Looks like the drivers are out having a bit of a rip around then, just enjoying the dry circuit for a change this evening. But it will be interesting to see what that times 14 tyre wear does. That is going to be brutal. But we'll see. Only the hardcore. So just round the corner from this final race then, another reverse grid. Same setup pretty much, except the tyres and fuel. Tyre wear is set at times 14. Again, I don't race, so I don't really know, you know, I sort of look, but we've had times 6 and times 7 and things, and now we're at times 14, so don't even know whether they'll see a lap on those tyres, but we are just getting the countdown coming in then for race 4 tonight. Let's get myself in now. And then I haven't got a faff with all the stuff because it saves it while I'm already in the lobby, weirdly enough. Look, all the gubbins is on. So the two new drivers for them that have just joined the lobby, they start from the front, and everybody else is reverse grid from the final race, or race 3 that we've just had. So we'll see how Frontal and Flexible get on. Lights go on then for this final race. Dry circuit throughout this one. Good start. Not a great start. Who's that? Bondo halfway down there that's not doing too well. It is. Didn't get a great start. Oh, ends up getting the speed coming out of the end of the pit straight and almost took out... Oh, sorry, Jesus almost took him out. Or, sorry, Bondo almost took out Jesus. Okay, so let's go and have a look then. Frontal leads in the BMW. Flexible trying to hang on to him in that Ferrari. So Frontal's gone for the hard tyre for final race then. With that tyre wear being at times 14, that might be the way forward. Flexible already hot on his tail. He's on a set of mediums. So they will be quicker than Frontal, but will wear out a lot quicker. Popcar and Vectra have gone for the hards as well for the final race. Speedy has gone for the hards. Hards on for Your Vator. Roadrunner MTK has gone hards. Jesus, hards. Hards on for Bondo. Hards on for Old Fiction. Oh, sorry, mediums on for Old Fiction. Mediums on for Ace Killer. Got hards on for Singularis as he just gets himself past Emmy Marcus. Emmy Marcus gets himself back though in the hairpin. 11th and 12th place swapping positions, and unfortunately Whitty finds himself at the back of the pack again. So I just want to drop myself back to this midfield chaotic mess back here. Got 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Frontal race leader gets it wrong. He's ended up backwards. So that releases Flexible 3 out front in that Ferrari. 3.6 seconds lead he's currently got over Potkind. So he's on that medium tyre. You can already see a big pile of wear showing up on that. But Potkind's Vectra's hard tyres aren't looking any better really. Yeah, it doesn't matter what tyre you're on. There's a fair amount of wear on them already. Look at this chaos. Big pile of drivers here then. Who's at the back of this lot? It is Ace Killer currently. Trying to get past that big pile of drivers in front. Old Fiction lights the rears up coming out of that turn. Can't get it pointing back in the right direction. Ends up in the Armco. Loses a couple of positions due to it. Ace Killer then. Oh, there goes the Speedy. He's just done exactly the same thing. Lights the rears up coming out of the exit that turn. Everybody gets promoted another position. Ace Killer in the BMW chasing down these three Porsches, but Bondo just catches Jesus coming into that turn. Gives him a little bit of a bump coming through there and shoves him into the wall, unfortunately. Chase still on here then. Speedy XL back up to speed. Ace Killer chasing down these two Porsches. This is where the action was due to the amount of cars on circuit. Still pulling time on Speedy XL. Bondo having a look at Roadrunner MTK here. Gets past. Ace Killer carries great speed round there. Can't get past the back end of Roadrunner in 5th. Has to stay in 6th for the time being. Oh, tries to have a little look up the inside here on the run up towards the carousel. Gets it done as well. Good bit of driving there by Ace Killer. Just seeing that Roadrunner had run a tiny bit wide through that turn. Managed to get his car up the inside. Slots himself into 5th. Now chasing down Bondo. Let's go and have a look. Flexible then. Half-worn mediums. Not looking too bad. He'll certainly finish this lap on those. 5 seconds lead over Potkind on a set of hards as well. So maybe the medium tyre is just as good as the hard tyre for this one. With those tyre settings, your Vader carries way too much speed through there. Oh, he's not managed to get that thing straight. Puts it in the Armco a couple of times. That's 3 positions lost. Possibly 4 as Speedy XL comes up on him. Through he goes. Just gets himself up to speed before Jesus comes through. There's an Old Fiction right there as well. And who is that? Front's out. Oh no, sorry, that was an Emmy Marcus at the back of that pack. Front's out. Struggling to claw his way back to the pack there. Singularis, big gap to him as well. 4 seconds behind. Whitty, another 20 seconds back. So race leader, Flexible 3 then, the Frenchman. 6 seconds ahead on that set of mediums. Opting for that medium tyre instead of majority of drivers, I think, that have gone for the hard tyre. There's still plenty of life left in them. Fuel is looking a little bit low on that Ferrari though. Look at that on Potkind. He's half a tank. So will Flexible have enough fuel? I don't think he's got enough fuel to finish this straight. He might be coasting into the pits if he even makes it. He's not going to make it. He's going to get to the bottom of the hill and run out. Any second now. There you go. There you go. Just runs out now. Oh, what a shame. Just taking his time a little bit earlier on. Saved a tiny bit of fuel. Potkind Vectra comes screaming up behind him then on a set of hard tyres. Flexible not getting his strategy right at all. Almost, but half a straight short. Potkind then leads the race now. Stomping up here on those hard tyres. Now what's he going to do? Is he going to come in? Yes, he is. Roadrunner into 2nd as well. Flexible falling down the order with that issue of running out of fuel. He comes in then, Roadrunner. Your Vader in. Old Fiction's going to follow him through. Speedy XL is going to come in. Front Sow's up to 6th position. What's happened there? Singularis through to 7th. Flexible still creeping. Still creeping. Gets himself in the pits now. What a disaster for him. Emmy Marcus continues on through. Plenty of fuel in that Porsche. Hard tyres not looking too bad either. And who else is left? Just Whitty. So we've lost an Ace Killer out of this one as well. Whitty in the pits this lap too. Potkind then out. Fresh set of hards on for him. A full tank of fuel. And he's only 3.2 seconds behind Emmy Marcus, who is now on a worn set of hard tyres. They are going to be crying out to be changed by the time he finishes this lap for sure. No, nobody got kicked, Ace Killer. Everybody's here except you. Potkind then trying to close that gap down on Emmy. It's working, just 1.4 seconds behind him at the minute. Porsche's got a bit of a wobble on those hard tyres. You can see that steering wheel being jiggled from side to side. Look at the pass he's going for here. Just carrying the speed past him down through foxholes. Easily done. Through back into the lead of the race then for Potkind. Emmy Marcus will probably lose a position or two more before he gets round to the end of this race or the end of this lap. Those hard tyres are going to be absolutely done for by the time he gets to the pit lane. Your Vater then in third, being closely chased by Roadrunner MTK in fourth, just 1.3 seconds behind. And there is Old Fiction in fifth, not too far behind him either. That NSX been pretty damn quick in these lobbies. I think it carries more speed than everything else top end. Roadrunner into fifth, then Speedy XL6. Fronts out seventh, so he lost a position, got himself in sixth coming into the pits, but loses a position on the way out into seventh for him. Singularis eighth, Flexible back on track. Oh, why? Why did you put intermediates on Flexible? That was a completely random move. Maybe inadvertent click of the button there, but they are going to be screaming. They're going to be in worse condition than Emmy Marcus's hard tyres. Whitty might even get him an overtake here. We'll see. Potkind then. Just opening up that lead up front. Look at the spoiler on that thing. Gotta love it. 3.2 seconds over Emmy. He's on that worn set of hard tyres, but holding second position still. He didn't stop at the end of lap one. A lot of drivers did, and he is he's still in second. Again, Potkind Vectra has managed to overtake him, and a few of these drivers are going to close up on him due to the fact that he is on that worn tyre. Old Fiction in third, closing up pretty rapidly, 1.3 seconds behind him. He's on a set of medium tyres. They will be, I say that, but the NSX seems to be doing all right in terms of fuel and tyres. So it's going to keep hold of that set of mediums. It won't be as blown out as everybody else is by the looks of it. It's all over the back end of Emmy at the minute. That just makes that look easy, look. Again, that NSX, it just has some kind of extra grunt or something. It's able to find the pace past a lot of these cars on circuit. I've gone too far. I've clicked far too many buttons. So Emmy drops back another position into third. Your Vater in fourth then, but 3.1 seconds behind him. He's gone for a fresh set of hards as well, but there's a little bit of wear showing on those. Roadrunner MTK has gone for the hard tyre in fifth. Singularis 6 on that hard tyre. Front sow hards as well in seventh. Speedy XL in eighth with a penalty and hard tyres. Just half a second though. Oh, front sow nearly getting it wrong through there. He's still trying to pick that thing up. Brings Speedy XL right into his rearview mirror. Oof. Speedy just catching some grass through there. Slowed him down a little bit. Witty then in 9th. So down to 9 drivers in this last one. Potkind looking good at the minute. 5 seconds ahead of Old Fiction. But that is coming down rapidly. This NSX is absolutely stomping it round here at Nordschleife. Take nothing away from Old Fiction. It's not just the car, it's the man that's pointing it in the right direction. Pressing all the right things at all the right times. Oh no, Potkind Vectra's got the mini carousel wrong. Cuts across the track just at the entrance of the Swallowtail. But this is going to be easy work then for Old Fiction. Look at the speed. Just watch the gap open up here. With slipstream, without slipstream. And they get up to full tilt. I think the... oh no, Potkind's hanging with him. But look, once he's out of the slipstream, the NSX just pulls away a little bit more. 185, 186 versus the Porsche, 183. Just ticking at 187, so it does pull away a little bit. Potkind catches up under braking though. Into the pits they come again. Potkind stays out. So Old Fiction needs half a tank of fuel and a fresh set of tyres. Potkind on the other hand, has he got enough fuel on? His tyres really won't be liking him by the time he finishes this race. So Old Fiction comes in, Jorveta comes in, Emmy Marcus comes in, Roadrunner comes in, Singularis comes in. Oh no, sorry, Singularis stays out. So he's got half a tank of fuel and a half-worn set of hard tyres. Again, they'll be crying out to be changed by the time this lap's over. Old Fiction just taking on board that fuel. Fuel guy's really leaning in there, isn't he? Oh, right up the chuff of Jorveta on the exit. Jorveta just getting out ahead of Old Fiction. He's gone for a full tank as well, Jorveta. So the race back on then. Potkind leads 24.2 seconds, but those hard tyres looking worse and worse every time we look at him. He is slowly running out of fuel as well, down to just over a quarter of a tank. Singularis with just under half a tank. Tyres not looking too bad, not too far off Potkind Vectra's. Jorveta in 3rd then. Fresh set of boots, full tank of fuel. Can press that Porsche all the way to the finish line, as can Old Fiction in that NSX. Emmy Marcus done the same thing. He's gone for racing mediums. They will last a full lap and be quicker than the hards. Plenty of fuel on. Roadrunner gone for the hards, full tank. Hards and full tank for Frontsau. Speedy, hards, full tank. And Witty just getting released. Mediums and half a tank. So Potkind, I think he's fuel saving right now. I think he's lifting and coasting into some of these turns. Car doesn't sound anywhere near its full potential at the moment with the amount of fuel he's got on. Times 14, it's going to chomp its way through that fuel for sure. Singularis though, not too far behind him. His tyres, he is gaining a little bit of time on Potkind, 20 seconds behind him. There's still a big gap, and he is also running out of fuel and tyres here versus those drivers behind. Still looking good, Jorveta and Old Fiction. They are taking chunks out of Singularis in front. There he is. Now, has Potkind got his strategy right here? Has he got enough fuel to last? Are his tyres going to throw him into the wall before the end of this race? They're looking pretty damn red on the front. No, Well, I thought I'd turn that on. That's going to be a crappy stream then, isn't it? Shh. I'm going to say it's shit. God damn it. I thought I turned that on. I turned it all on at the start. Or in German, Scheiße, I think. Yeah, Potkine's doing some proper lifting and coasting now. It is between Jorvator and Fiction, I think. Depends though. Still Singularis. No, that's not the line. There's still a big gap between Singularis and Potkind. "17 seconds. Potkind way up the circuit. Again, tyres not looking good. Fuel not looking great. So it could all fall in the bin for him. Singularis just with that quarter of a tank, just under quarter of a tank, with times 14. He might well be out of fuel before the end of this race as well. So Jorvator in third. Half a tank, tyres looking good. Old Fiction, a little less than half a tank. Should be plenty to finish the race though. Hard tyres looking good as well. Now just 16 seconds behind race leader. Still a big old gap. But the pair of them are closing up on Singularis. Just 3.1 seconds behind them. Potkind Vectra falling back into the clutches of those three drivers. So properly having to lift and coast now. Look, front tyres absolutely dead. Fuel red already. I don't even think he'll make it to the mini carousel on that fuel. And that time is falling. It was 23 seconds. It's down to 6.4. There is Singularis. The gap between him and the two drivers behind down to just over a second now. So Jorvator pushing hard. Old Fiction pushing hard. That gap opened up as well. So no slipstream for Old Fiction at the minute. Jorvator then gets his way past Singularis nice and easily. Now the chase on then. Potkind Vectra over the brow. He is just going to make it to the mini carousel, but he certainly isn't going to finish the lap with all the fuel. He's going to be on tick over as he crosses the line. Jorvator stomps past them. Old Fiction past Singularis. A little bit too far behind Potkind Vectra. Oh, he gets through, but he's too far behind Jorvator now to pick up a tow. He's got to rely on the speed of that NSX to try and catch up along this long straight. Let's have a look. What is it? 3 seconds the gap. On board with it now. It's only absolute top speed though. There's a couple of miles an hour in it. Jorvator already at the brow of the hill though. I think he's got too much gap on Old Fiction. Yeah, it's Jorvator's for sure. I can't believe I've left the sound off. I'm so upset. So Jorvator, last couple of corners through that final one. Easily it takes the win then from Old Fiction. 3.7 seconds in the end. It's a good race between those two as well. Singularis will hold on to third position. Potkind Vectra rolling round the final corner, just going to hang on to fourth place. Does so Emmy Marcus around that last turn. We'll take fifth. Roadrunner comes home in sixth position. Big gaps to the drivers behind. We're probably not going to see everyone. Speedy XL 24 seconds back. Another 5 seconds behind him is a Frontsau, and Whitty is another 33 seconds back from him. But that's still not bad for Whitty. 146. Okay, it's going to be a little bit bigger now, but usually a couple of minutes behind. Speedy then takes 7th. Frontsau round that final corner. He's going to come home to take 8th, and unfortunately it's going to be another Whitty we don't see But he's on the Dottinger. Give him props. Oh, he's just run out of fuel. No, no, that's from having to point yourself in the right direction, Witty. Having to use that fuel to get yourself going again. That's cost you a race finish, I think. I've never seen this man cross the line, and I'm determined to do it. I'm determined to do it. Someone needs to give him full-on, you know, training. But we are going to see Witty cross the line and take a race finish at some point. So there he is, race winner, your Vater for race 4. Again, Old Fiction was right behind him for the majority of that race. I just lost out on that last lap in a couple of little sections, giving him the win. So there he is on that top spot then. Final results for the evening. Your Vater taking first, Old Fiction second, Singularis third, Popkind fourth, Emmy Marcus fifth, Roadrunner sixth, Speedy seventh, Frontsau in eighth, Witty ninth, and we had a Jesus DNF'd, we had an Ace Killer DNF'd, we had a Bondo DNF'd, and we had Flexible DNF'd. Fair for you tonight. But yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you click all those buttons, whatever you're watching it on platform wise, they're somewhere in those directions, all right, around the edge of the screen somewhere. You could be watching it on computer or phone or whatever. So like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. But most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.